Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of Daily Stock, we are going to review the quarterly earnings of the retail giant Amazon. This is now largest retailing company, particularly in the e-commerce segment. The presence of the Amazon is across the world, with major markets being served by it. This is a tech behemoth with its presence in various sectors. The AWS is actually its cash cow. So not only it is present in the retail segment, but it is there as a major player, as a leading player in the tech segment as well. So this is the company of interest for us in today's session, and its earnings have been fantastic. It has topped the estimates of the analyst while delivering almost a tripling of its profit from a year back, and that is also visible in the performance of the shares post these earnings release, with the rise continuing in today's session as well, which is happening after having almost a week passed since its earnings were released. So it is having a bullish momentum for last couple of session, and the same is continuing in today's session as well. So in this backdrop, we are going to take a look on the earnings statement of the company, and we will be covering the highlights of its quarterly earnings and what to look for as the new quarter is underway, and if there are any emerging opportunities for us to exploit in this current dynamic situation on the investment and trading front. So let us go to this quarterly report released by the Amazon on October 26th last week. There is substantial rise in the sales, with its net sales increasing to $143.1 billion in the third quarter, which is a rise of 13% compared to the same quarter of year 2022. There is a growth in almost all the major segments. If we look at its different verticals, it is having quite solid growth in its retail sales business as well as in AWS, the Amazon Web Services segment. And as I said in my introductory remarks, the AWS is actually the cash cow because it is a high margin business, unlike the retail segment where the margins are wafer thin, and the international operations of the Amazon are still in loss, while it is bringing in handsome amount of profit in the North American market. So we have to consider these various factors while examining its quarterly report, and see where the money is, where the company is bringing in a lot of money, where it is on the losing side, and how it plans to proceed ahead in this challenging as well as equally exciting scenario. Let us go straight to the profit and loss statement of the company. If you want to go into the details of these highlights, you can download this from the company's investor relations page. This is the publicly available information. So I will not go into the fine print of the statement, but rather than that, with the help of some key figures, we will analyze where the company stands and how to profit in this current scenario. These are highlights, these are the achievements of the AWS segment where it has partnered with other giants in different fields to deliver the advantage in AI use. Now the AI is the talk of the town, and it has been so for last couple of quarters. And in this segment, particularly in the generative AI, the AWS is offering ever increasing products, and it is using its leverage, using its proficiency in these segment in cloud computing to offer these solutions to various other major players to enhance their business operations and deliver a delightful experience to the customer. This is the guidance. If we look at the financial guidance provided for the fourth quarter of 2023, the company is expecting the net sales to be in between US dollar 160 to 167 billion for the fourth quarter, which is a rise of almost double digit percentage, with operating income expected to stay in the vicinity of this quarter's numbers. Now, if we look at the cash flow statement of the company, the cash flows have risen in a positive manner. It is now bringing in more net cash compared to the same quarter a year back. This is the statement of operations with EPS almost tripling from US dollar 0.28 to US dollar 0.94. Net product sales have risen, net services sales have risen, and the main thing which is of concern to us in this consolidated statement is the segment wise information. Now, if we look at the segmental info, you get to see that the AWS is the business with the best operating margin. It has brought in almost US dollar 7 billion for the Amazon. Whereas if we look at the numbers from the retail segment, the profit taken together for North American and international market stands at little over 4 billion US dollars. I'm talking about the operating income here, and net income is also quite good. Just little shy of US dollar 10 billion. With this kind of numbers, which have helped it beat the analyst consensus estimate, the growth in its share price was expected, and that is what we are witnessing for last couple of sessions as well. And I think the undertone is likely to remain bullish for next couple of sessions as well, at the minimum from the short term perspective. And for medium term to longer term perspective, we have to consider the forward guidance, the overall business sentiments in the world, and particularly in the North America. And along with that, we also have to consider the technicals to see if there are optimum opportunities for us to exploit, because we have to know that even if the going is good for the company, for the business, the share price may not really correspond with the fundamental side. So we have to look at these deviations, these discrepancies, and go for the opportunities in investing or trading only when we feel that the risk reward ratio is favorable and we have the chances to optimize our profit while trying to reduce the loss, if any, to the least possible extent. So for that, we do have to take the help of technical charting, and that's where this analysis comes to the help. Now, if we look at the chart of the Amazon for last couple of sessions, you will see that there is this gap, and this is after the release of quarterly earnings for the Amazon, in which it had beaten the analyst consensus estimate, and as a result of that, with its forward guidance also in a positive territory, with expected sales to be better than the current quarter, and operating income expected to be in the current quarter's ballpark. We have positive sentiments prevailing in the market for the Amazon, and that has helped it continue its climb for last couple of sessions after opening higher. And if we look at these growth since the release of its quarterly earnings, it has risen almost 11 to 12 percentage point. And as I said in my earlier remarks also, I'm expecting the company's share price to trade with the positive bias, with the bullish bias for next couple of sessions at the minimum. And if we consider its medium term to longer term charting, we will also get to know where things stand for the company in longer duration. So for short term, the answer is to buy, but we still have to be careful and look for optimum opportunities. And since it has already rallied for last couple of sessions, we will have to be careful and allow it some consolidation. And after the consolidation, we can indeed take our chances. Now, looking at this chart of the Amazon for last couple of months, it has continuously rallied after making this low around US dollar 80. From there on, it is now on the path of doubling with US dollar 160 level, not really that far off. Still, there is some distance to go, and if indeed it is going to double in course of time, we do have to look for the opportunities to buy. And given these upward momentum prevailing over last couple of months, couple of quarters, with the current quarter also expected to be quite good for the company, I think we do have to keep looking for the opportunities to buy. And if moving forward we see consolidation and some sort of correction from the current levels in the Amazon, the first instinct for us should be to go for buying, while keeping the stop loss just little below this immediate swing low, which was formed just prior to the release of this quarter's earnings. With the momentum on the upside, we can expect it to climb past this prior swing high of around US dollar 145. And with that possibility, we do have to keep looking for optimum trading opportunities. And I think, given the current formation being on the bullish side with the fundamentals also helping keep the sentiments bullish. We will have to be quite vigilant in the price moves of the Amazon over next couple of days or couple of weeks, and as and when things look quite promising from the risk reward ratio as well, we can indeed take a plunge and go for new investing in the Amazon shares with the expectation of it continuing to climb higher and in course of time cross above these 145 level in days to come. So from medium term to longer term perspective also the momentum is on the side of the bulls for the Amazon, and same thing can be said about it in I think there was some discrepancy in this charting because I don't really think that the share price of the Amazon had dropped to US $6. So please overlook this. But apart from that, we have this charting in which we can see that after topping the share price just little shy of $190, the momentum turned bearish for the Amazon with its recent swing low coming in around 81, and from there on it has been able to change course and rally higher, and it is not really looking to stop at the current levels with these gap up open post the earnings. We have further signs of the rally being still ongoing, and in these kind of scenarios all we have to do is try to optimize our trades, which you can do so by waiting for the opportune time over next couple of weeks, and as and when you feel that now after due correction the risk reward ratio is in your favor, you can indeed take your chances. So that's my assessment looking at the fundamental and the technical side of the Amazon story, where we feel that the momentum is on the side of the Amazon even though the macroeconomic scenario remains challenging, but the company is able to take on these challenges head on and deliver these promising numbers, which we can consider positively for our trading and investment decisions. So that's all from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback, and I would be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Thank you all for joining in. See you next time around with a equally interesting quarterly earnings report to consider and review. So do come back. See you next time around. Thank you all. Goodbye.